ॐ नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, who is very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, and he is carrying a powerful bow and arrow in his hands. We continue in Balakanda of Ramayana, and verses 31 onwards. Goswami Tulsidas, the author of the Ramayana, is still in the process of introducing his work. And that process itself is the foundation of the Ramayana. Presently, describing the glory of the mantra Rama. Mantra Mahamani Vishaya Vyalake Metat Katin Kuvanka Bhalake Haran Mohatam Dinakara Karase Sevaka Sali Pala Jaladharase. For removing the poison of the snake of Vishayaras, Rama is the great mantra and a mystical jewel. When bitten by snake, ancient people used to recite mantras to neutralize this snake poison. Also, they applied certain jewel that was specially charged in a spiritual way. That's the old time remedy for snake poison. Here, the snake poison is Vishayaras. Try to understand ras. Ras is taste. And you live in the world process that has three planes. Physical plane, Bhurloka. The rasa Bhurloka is gross. The taste that you enjoy by eating wonderful food from restaurant to restaurants, and drink and all that. That's one type of Vishayaras. The second type of Vishayaras goes into your feeling aspect. Lots of imaginations, lot of mental distractions caused by kama, desire. And the third type of rasa is intellectual. When you discover how bright you are, how good you feel. Positively or negatively, whichever way. That intellectual. The rasa in all the three stages, if you are not a devotee of God, they are negative. And they are like poison. The only difference is poison kills you once. Vishaya rasa will go on killing you. There is no limit. The proof is you are here. Imagine where have you been from the long time. Every soul has gone through countless embodiments. There was not a time when you didn't exist. But how did you exist? I'm not leading you to too much of that. That also should not burden your mind. Time is kind of a dream. And it is not a reality. So, Vishaya Vyal, the snake of Vishaya Ras, which I described in 3 stages, and that snake has bitten the soul. It's all allegorical. The main purpose of your life, real purpose, is to remedy this poison, neutralize it before you end your present personality. And for this type of mystic snake that has bitten you, for removing that poison, Rama mantra is powerful, potent remedy. In other words, if you do japa with profound feeling and surrender to God, your mind will begin to develop taste for satsanga, taste for developing virtuous qualities, taste for ascending the heights of wisdom, and all that. Once that change has occurred from Vishaya Ras to Bhakti Ras, Prem Ras, Gyan Ras, Ras, Raso Vaisa. That change is a real spiritual movement in an aspirant, shifting from lesser type of rasa to higher type until you go to the real rasa, raso vaisaha. Metat kathin kuvanka bhalake. This also is a profound statement. It is Rama mantra effaces, is a rubber that deletes what's written on your skull. So, the village people really believe. They see a human skull and they find some strange scratches on it. They say that's Bhagya is written there, what the person was and what type of karmas he had done. They are all given in a very subtle manner, in a mystic language. Turn away from that simile I gave, just to understand that everyone is moved by karma. We are born with, as led by prarabdha karma of the past. Just to give you again a rehashing of that subject. Karma comes in 3 categories: sanchita, prarabdha, and kriyamana. Kriyamana is also known as agami karma. Prarabdha is sanchita is a total storehouse, and it cannot be counted. Out of sanchita karma, only a pinch or a group, small group, matures into prarabdha karma that is the cause of your present embodiment. Prarabdha karma puts this determines for the soul three things. Jati, what type of class of family that soul must incarnate into. Everything is well planned from divine source. You don't get a baby in your house just by accident. But there is all a divine plan. And a baby inherits the good qualities as well as defects of the parents and the grandparents. That also is based on karma. Nothing has come by chance. Jati is determined, the class is determined by prarabdha. Ayu is determined by prarabdha. Ayu is how long you are going to live in that body. No matter what may be, people may go on saying, if only that medicine had been given, the person would have lived more. It seems reasonable and there is no harm in that. But the reality is, if prarabdha has ended, there is nothing in the world that can prevent death. And everyone is conditioned by that. And if it is not your prarabdha to die, you may fall from 20-storied high building and fall into a truck that contains a lot of flowers. But if prarabdha has ended, even just one cup of tea, between the cup and the lip, there occurs your end. So, jati, ayu, and bhoga. Another point, the general plot of your life. How many days you will pass like spring? How many days you will pass like rains? How many days you will pass like a storm? How many days you will pass like autumn? I'm giving you figurative language. Just like seasons come, similarly you have seasons of karmic process. And nobody is exempt from it. Deh dhare ka dand hai, sab kahu ho hoye. Whether you are Rama, Krishna, whether you are Jesus, no matter who you are, on all sages and saints, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, Swami Shivananda, whomsoever, the subject to disease, aging, and death. So what I'm describing, the bhoga refers to enjoyment. The term enjoyment is little confusing. In philosophical language, if certain karma has given you a lot of torture, in that language it's called you are enjoying karma. Karma bhog. So no matter what you experience, pleasure or pain, they are the fructification of karma. So, led by karma, every soul goes on moving from embodiment to embodiment. That karma is as if written on the forehead. That karma is as you are stamped with that karmic process. Unstamp it. Delete it. How can you do that? Create a brush with divine name Rama. And start applying it again and again. I'm using figurative language. Turn to Ram Japa. Divine name Ram, 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 Ram. Or a complete mantra, Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om Shri Ramaya Namah. Or the mantra into which you are initiated. All mantras are Ram mantra. And that Rama mantra removes that what's written, as it were, by your karmic process. And that aspect of creation is handled by Brahma, the creator. So whatever Brahma has written down on your lalat, it is called lalat, your skull, that will be effaced. And let your lalat shine, being free of karmas. In other words, the moment you have developed aspiration for attaining enlightenment, and a faith and profound understanding, the real you is not the body. The real you is eternal Atma, the self. If that has started blossoming in your heart, that type of feeling, you have cut down the karmic chain. Harana moha tamat dinakara karase. And for removing the darkness of moha. Moha is delusion, infatuation. But here it refers to ignorance itself, avidya. The source of moha, sometimes what's known as upalakshana. A word is used, but you don't take it exactly the word, but where the word is pointing to. The word moha has been used in this, but is pointing to avidya. And for removing harana mohatam, moha is described as darkness. Dinakar refers to the sun. That's like the rays of the sun destroy darkness. Rama mantra destroys ignorance. And for sustaining and nourishing devotees are described like paddy field. Rama mantra is like the cloud that gives rain. Just like a cloud comes and all the paddy field enjoys. If you are in tune with japa and develop profound success in your practice sadhana, then that type of joy awaits you. All that you do is simply sit down, relax, let your mind recite the mantra, and allow your feeling to bring you to that state that you are like in the paddy field. And the mantra is bringing nectarine nourishment. You can go one step further. Imagine you are the peacock. Ram mantra is bringing you rain. And you are spreading your feathers. And the feathers are shining. Abhimat dani devataru barase. Sevat sulabha sukhad hari harase. Sukabhi sarad nabha mana udagana se. Ram bhagat jana jivana dhana se. The divine mantra is like kalpaka tree, the mystic tree that gives you anything you wish. All that you have to go to come close to the tree, sit under the tree, and wish. That's called kalpaka tree. The real kalpaka tree is allowing your mind to be in tune with God's will. That's, in one word, it is God realization. But God realization fulfills all your desires at once, and your entire mind itself is transcended. But while you are moving to God realization, you go on experiencing increasing contentment, real fulfillment of your wishes, your desires, until all desires move away. So Ram mantra is that type of a kalpaka tree that will bestow upon you anything that you wish. Of course, you must realize once you are repeating Ram mantra, you have no choice but to wish for that which is profound. Because the very Ram mantra will change your intellect. Without Ram mantra, your intellect is going after little things, petty things. With Ram mantra, your intellect develops sensitivity for higher things, things of value, things of virtue. So two things will happen. Purity of your heart that will allow you to have aspiration, not ordinary desire, and fulfillment of that aspiration. And they play the role of Rama mantra, the two aspects, Ra and Ma. They are like Hari and Hara. For a devotee, Rama mantra plays the role of Shiva and Vishnu put together. That again is a profound implication. Alankara Priyo Vishnu, Abhishek Priya Shiva. If you are Vishnu devotee, that's first to understand in a profound way. In your spiritual movement, first stage of your progress is developing divine qualities called Davi Sampat. Fearlessness, humility, charity, absence of vanity, and all these great qualities. The more you develop them, the more you are invoking Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is pleased by ornaments. These are the ornaments, Alankara Priyo. You are developing them, but it is like as if you are putting those ornaments on Lord Vishnu. Because you are deep down Lord Vishnu, divine. So, Vishnu's grace continues to deck you with divine qualities. And that Lord Vishnu is called a Hari. Hari is a, figuratively, in a very profound way, he plays the role of being a thief. He enables you to develop profound feeling, which is like butter. You churn butter, and he's waiting. Once the butter has been churned, your ego will not get it. Your Vishaya Vasana will not go after it. Krishna will come and steal it. Hardly you will know who ate it. What happened to all your sadhana? But there's a stealthy movement leading to a profound transformation in your personality. Without your knowing, you are simply doing your integral yoga day by day, and a deep down change goes on occurring stealthily. Sometimes you are sleeping and you are getting more and more enriched in a spiritual way. Lord Shiva's role is like a robber. He doesn't steal, he doesn't wait for you. But when you have brought the climax, you have developed, you have removed bala, vikshepa, and your ego has been practically effaced. Now Shiva comes with his Trishul and sucks up all your vasanas, all your ignorance. What is being said is Vishnu's role is in the early stage of sadhana. Shiva's role in the climax state of sadhana. Same Vishnu is Shiva. Same Shiva is Vishnu. In a storyline, they are devotees of each other. So, when you serve Lord Rama or become devotee of Rama mantra, then Ram mantra plays the role of Hari and Hara, Vishnu and Shiva. Ram mantra decks you with divine qualities, and Shiva brings into your mind absolute sannyasa. And that's the goal of life. Therefore, in Indian culture, even royalties, when they had to fight against enemies, the army used to repeat, Haro Hara, Haro Hara. It's a figurative language. Life is a battle. In that battle, bring the slogan, Haro Hara. Create divine virtues, leading to absolute, nothing exists, nothing belongs to me. If you have achieved that, then you have attained real victory. Sakala Sukrita Phala Puri Bhoga Se. Now, still there are some more points left. The divine name Rama is like stars shining in the blue sky in the autumn season. In Sharad Ritu, when the sky is cloudless, you see the stars shining. Your mind, with Ram mantra, your mind becomes so purified that when you relax with your mind, you are as if enjoying a starry sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. For the devotees of Rama, Ram mantra is all their possession, all their wealth. Sakal Sukrita Phala Bhuri Bhog Se, Jagahit Nirupadi Sadhu Log Se, Sevak Man Manas Maral Se, Pavan Ganga Taranga Mala Se. Ram mantra brings about fructification of all your good karmas. This allegorical term. Any good karma has a limited fructification. But Ram mantra creates such mystical type of good karma that the joy arising out of, the fructification arising out of that karma is of profound nature. In simple terms, try to understand. If you are Rajasic, your joy will depend upon how many things have you attained, how many things you have achieved. You are Sattvic, your joy is how closer you are coming to God. The joy of turning your mind into the sky with twinkling stars. And Rama mantra benefits, is a benefactor, like saints and sages. They are benefactors of the world. Ram mantra is constant benefactor. Because as you recite the Ram mantra and worship Rama and surrender to him, a total change begins to occur deep in your personality. That Rama brings about a great transformation. And Ram mantra is like a swan in the mental lake of his devotees. It's allegorical. If you look at a lake, and lake looks a little boring, but look at a swans swimming in the lake. It brightens up. The mind is like the lake, Manasarovar. And Rama mantra comes like a swan. It brings about the great transformation, a great change in your mind, or the mind enjoys Ram mantra in a profound way. And among purifiers, Ram mantra is like Tarangamalas of Ganga, the waves of Ganges river. Kupat kutarak kuchali kali, kapat dambha pakhand, dhahan ram gun gram jimi, indhan anala prachand. Ram mantra is the bestower of all divine virtues, the entire Davi Sampat, and remover of negative qualities which are known as Asuri Sampat. Kumarg, Asuri qualities are described moving on a wrong path. One path is Satsanga, another is opposed to Satsanga, Kusanga. The path leading to Kusanga is Kumarga. Path leading to Satsanga is Sanamarga. Kutark, wrong type of reasoning. This is called Asuri Sampat. The example of Kutark, a tiger was drinking from water, from a river, from a mountain river. And unwittingly, without thinking, a deer comes, without knowing that tiger was nearby, started drinking. And the tiger, whose mind has become activated by seeing the deer, says to the deer, "How dare you let me drink the water that you have sipped, Juta water?" The deer said, Oh, sir, the water is coming from you to me. So I'm not giving you Utah water. And then he said, well, forget about it. But why did your father say abusive words towards me? The deer had no answer. That's called Kutark. You create your own rationality to achieve what you want to achieve egoistically. And there is no real reasoning behind it. It's called brute logic. So these are demoniac qualities. Kupat, wrong path. Kutarak, wrong logic. Kuchali, wrong conduct. And kapat dambhaka pakhand. Kapat, deceptive movement. And I will not deal with it because everybody knows it. You know, the enemies can pretend to be so loving, but all their love and all their words are wicked, kapapiyukt, deceptive. And pakhand, hypocrisy. Asuri sampat. Dampo, dambho, darpo, bhimanascha, krodascha, parushyameva cha, ajnanam chabhijatasya, partha sampadam ashurim. In the Gita, in the 16th chapter, you have the description of Davi Sampat and Asuri Sampat. The Asuri Sampat has been described, Dambh, deceptive, Darp, conceit, Abhiman, egotistic, Krodh, anger, Parushyam, speaking very harsh, bitter words. They all arise out of ajnana, because they are never going to do good to you. But your ignorance doesn't allow you to understand. Davi Sampat, contrasted from Asuri Sampat. Abhayam, fearlessness. All this I am saying quickly, and they are to be attained by sustained effort, no matter how long it takes. And your success is never absolute. There is always degrees of success. But an effort directed in the right direction, no matter how little progress you make, is substantial. How to stay fearless, that you have to work upon it. Though the main answer is, if you keep yourself involved under good guidance, practice integral yoga in your daily life, abhayam, fearlessness, will enter your heart by degrees until the fearlessness becomes enormous. And if that happens, you are enlightened. You are liberated. Steadiness in jnana and yoga. Steadiness in practicing vichar. That's what meaning by jnana. Vichar means affirmation. Who am I? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. I'm Satchidananda, existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. And yoga, the term yoga in this context is meditation. Directing your mind to the practice of concentration, meditation. Also another term is used, upasana. directing your mind to love of God. Dhanam, developing the quality of being charitable. A charitable personality. You should be like a sandalwood tree. Not only you are charitable to people who come praising you, but you are charitable even to people who come to cut you down. That don't take it too literally. But the idea, that's where goodness reaches a divine stage. The goodness that brings the head of the most terrible personalities, brings the head down. And the victory that you attain by goodness, that victory is yours and it is perfect. But any victory attained by deceptive method, by cruelty, and so forth, that victory is extremely, it's just like you created a wonderful pudding but pushed in some worms. All these negative qualities that I described, they're called Davi Asuri Sampat. They are destroyed by Ram Nam, just like fuel is burnt down by fire. Ramcharit Rakesh Kar Saris Sukhad Sabakahu Sajjan Kumud Chakora Hichita Hit Visheshi Baralahu. The glorious story of Rama, Ramcharitra, all the conduct of Rama, all his righteous deeds, all the story of Rama is known as Ramcharitra. Ramcharitra is like the Purnima, full moon, showering nectarine rays on all. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. May all be happy. That type of divine will emanates from Ramcharitra. Those who are sajjans, those who are already devotees, who enjoy satsanga, they are like lotuses, closed lotuses. Ramcharitra makes the lotus blossom. Or they are like chakora birds. Again and again, Indian literature is filled with a type of bird that stays on a tree and becomes so fascinated by the moon, it goes into ecstasy. Ram mantra and Ramcharitmanas, the Ramcharitra, that's what happens to your chit, the heart within you, that becomes like chakor. It enters to ecstasy. किन्हीं प्रश्न जही भांति भवानी, जही विधि शंकर कहा बखानी, सो सब हेतु कहब मैं गाई, कथा प्रबंध विचित्र बनाई. The manner in which Parvati Devi asked questions, asked of Shiva, that story is coming. Very engrossing and very profound. And Lord Shiva narrated this story extensively. And all that story I'm going to relate to you through this Ramayana. यही यह कथा सुनी नहीं होई, जनी आचरज कराए सुनी सोई, कथा अलौकिक सुनहि जे ज्ञानी, नहीं आचरहु आचरजु करहि अस जानी. Now, when you, Tulsidas ji is also pointing out to the fact that when you read the Ramayana, many passages or many of the stories don't agree with Valmiki Ramayana. Valmiki Ramayana has done the same thing in different way. And some stories are totally different from Valmiki Ramayana. The fact is, Ramayana writing is not a historical writing. It's an allegorical mystic writing. And mystic writing is done by sages according to the need of the people he faces. So those subtle details we will describe later, but at this stage, Valmiki's Ramayana is more focused on non-dual Vedanta, Jnana Pradhan. Tulsi Ramayana is Bhakti Pradhan, more focused on devotion. So Valmiki Ramayana ends up with Rama being alone. Even Sita, Rama worked so hard for attaining Sita. Even that Sita goes away from Rama ultimately. Tulsi Ramayana doesn't handle that, but simply says Rama and Sita enjoy forever. So if you are too foxy in your mind, you'll go and asking which is better, Tulsi Ramayana or the Valmiki Ramayana. And if you happen to read other Ramayanas, they tell this story in another way, totally different way. Many engrossing stories are there in other Ramayanas which Tulsi Ramayana doesn't have. And Tulsidas says, do not wonder about it. If you read this Ramayana and it doesn't tally with your concept of what you have read, don't wonder about it. Katha alaukik sunahi je jnani. Those who are wise, they hear stories that are alaukik. Alaukik implying something totally new. And they do not wonder about those stories because, in other words, for enlightened mind, the same katha, same story of Rama, no two enlightened persons will say the story exactly the same. Because each enlightened one looks at his audience and reaches out to the audience according to their need. And in doing so, he has absolute freedom. He can make Rama cross a river, even in Balakanda, where he is going to Ayodhya to marry Sita. Valmiki has allowed Rama crosses the river and all the joy of devotees. Tulsidas ji makes him wait. He crosses in when he is in forest. All these minor and major changes. But what Tulsidas ji is further saying that will blow your mind away. राम कथा कै मिति जग नाही, असि प्रतीत चिन्ह के मन माही. नाना भांति राम अवतारा, रामायण शतकोटि अपारा. राम कथा के मिति जग नाही. There is no count of how many variations of Rama Katha exist. Without my going to details, a direct understanding. All souls are Rama. And each soul, what you have gone through, what awaits you in future, is Ram Katha. Count Ram Kathas, how many are there? Miti Jagannathi. There is no count. Once you understand Ram Katha in that sense, you are moving towards wisdom. Nana Bhati Rama Avatara. Rama as Avatara appeared in the world in countless manner. Ramayana Satkoti Apara. Satkoti, Koti is more than 1,000,000. Mathematically, probably it is 10 million or so. But forget about mathematics. Satkoti, millions and millions types. Million by million type. So many are Ramayanas. Which Ramayana you want to read? Every soul is Rama. And all that is experienced by the soul from bondage to release is Ramayana. And with this I will conclude. Om Shri Ramaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.